Hey, World Brothers, welcome back to Build Together. This is day 241. Today's prompt is, are there any special classification systems that exist in your world? What are they for? And this comes from Predwin the Great in the Discord and on TikTok. I wrote a long one this time called Complexity, and I'm going to do my best to fit as much as I can into these 3 minutes. Complexity is the classification for the difficulty and the amount of meta consumption that any given meta work has. There are 5 levels of complexity, starting at Cow, then Tiron, then Madrik, then Atik, and then Shari. As complexity goes up, there is an almost exponential increase in both the difficulty and true complexity of the working, but also how much that working draws on meta when it is conducted. Most common people could probably transfuse a cowl working at least once if they really wanted to. Their soul being untrained would maybe experience some minor problems with the overtransfusion, but nothing crazy. But the moment you move up to Tyrone complexity, you have the potential for a random person trying to do this who has never trained their soul before, completely eradicating their soul and becoming a tzedaf, a hollow husk that no longer has any life or sentience or sapience. Now, this is not super likely, but the moment you move up to Madrik, it's almost expected. And even a very well practiced wizard or Carven or Sundered Priest has to be careful about transfusing or conducting a Madrik working too many times because these things can be very taxing to the soul. Madrik also exists as a weird place because inspired workings are often quite complex but aren't quite this low on the complexity layer. And so Madrik as a classification existed for a while before there were really more than 1 or 2 workings total in this. There, in fact, are no Madrik workings in the first Crystal Tome because it took a while for the knowledge of metawork to get to an academic enough level that Madrik workings could be invented, and their inspired workings were never less complex than Atik. Once you get to Atik, there are very few workings that are not inspired. In fact, metawork knowledge has not progressed far enough to get to the point where someone could devise from the ground up a working that could do something successfully at this level of complexity. And it's not the last level either. Shari is the last level, and this is where things get extreme and exceedingly, exceedingly rare. There are no workings in the Shari complexity classification that are not inspired, granted to people by God. There are some that are theorized, but they are far too complex or simply require an understanding of the forms and fields that no one quite has yet. If you want more details, come to the Discord and read my full post. Are there any special classification systems that exist in your world? What are they for? Thanks for building together.